What is up? Welcome to Post Concert High, the podcast where the show doesn't end. Follow along as we chat about all things concerts, bands, and venues in the CLE. Do you have your ticket ready? Because the show is about to begin. Well, hello and welcome to our first episode.
Hello.
Well, technically, second,
but first. Okay. Yeah. Of Post Concert High. What's up?
I'm ready to talk about this show. This is our first ever show that we went to together.
Yes, it is our first show.
Yes.
Actually, a little backstory on Danielle and I. I work at a smoothie place, and she comes regularly, and that's how we became friends, because all my friends are from my job.
Neither of us have friends outside of our jobs.
we just chill.
Must be an elder millennial thing.
Yeah. It's fine. Got to keep our friend circle small.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just better that way. But anyway, Dax.
Yeah.
Dax is pretty awesome. What do you think about Dax?
I like Dax, and I'm not a big rap person.
Mm-hmm.
Like today's rap.
Mm-hmm.
I like the rap like we grew up with.
Yeah.
Because that's just
right.
That
we're just aging ourselves.
Yes, we are. That's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
But yeah, I love him.
Yeah, so do I. He's probably one of my favorite artists.
And
not gonna lie.
And I had not heard of him until you asked me like
that
week, the week of the show.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to go to the show?
You're like, sure, I guess. I don't know who that is, but yeah, I guess. Which is, I feel like, is our common thing. We just go to shows, even if we don't know who they are.
Yeah. I do a little prep.
That's good.
Like, I at least listen to a couple songs so I have an idea of
what you're doing, like what you're going to.
Yeah.
I don't.
I know.
I just show up because I like the vibe of different shows.
Yeah.
Like, and whatever happens, and I don't know. Which is really funny because that's not what I do in my entire life. Like, I need everything planned.
Right.
But
no, I completely agree.
Yeah.
But you never know what's going to happen. You don't know who you're going to see. You don't know what the vibe's going to
be. Right. And everyone's different. Like, each band is different. Each, artist is different. So it kind of makes it a whole experience.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Dax he's my guy. I like him.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember how I found him. I think I heard the song Dear God, and I was like, wow, this is really deep. Like, it has meaning behind it. And then I kind of like looked at some of his other stuff, and I was like, wow, he actually talks about real life, like, situations and like things that actually mean something. And I thought that was pretty powerful. And I actually went and saw him by myself in Columbus, and I made it like a whole thing. Like, it was my self-care weekend.
That's awesome.
But like, I went down and I saw him, and I was like, I love this guy. He's like my, I will listen to this man forever.
Right. That feeling when you find that, and then you get to see them live, and it just like resonates with you that much.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
He hasn't been around that long, right? He's pretty newer.
He's newer. Yeah. He's not, but he's not like he's not new.
Yeah.
Let's say a couple years.
Yeah.
5+ years.
He's going up pretty fast though. I mean, he's doing like a song with Darius Rucker and some of the other artists that he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's pretty versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Although I feel like right now he's leaned more the country route.
Yeah. I will say his album that he released is very diverse.
Really?
Yes.
I have not listened to this new one, which is so crazy to me.
Listen, I've been trying to get this girl to listen to this album
and I don't know why I won't. Like, I just haven't. I've heard some of the songs.
Some of them, like, they go hard. Some of them are more chill. But it's like every song, like, it all works together, but every song is like its own distinct
Yes. Yeah.
is the best way I can
And he does
describe it.
that with like his other albums too. Like he works it, like he'll name it. Like one of his albums is called like What Is Life? And then like all of his songs
Yeah.
deal with something that's,
Yeah.
everyday stuff.
Yeah. Like if you're listening or if you're wanting music that can resonate with you in
Yeah.
some sort of capacity, I feel like one of
He's-
his songs will work for
Oh,
you.
100%. Yeah. Like he has a one song called like To Be a Man.
Yeah.
And like I feel like that one also caught me and I was like, wow, I feel like there's so much stereotype behind like
Yeah.
being a man, and it's like they have to be strong and they can't cry, and like if we could just get rid of all of that
Yeah.
and like let people be people and feel things, and it's
Right.
like I don't know, I've felt like I would recommend going and listening to that song,
Right.
especially if you're like a man. I introduced that song to a couple guys, like friends of mine, and I'm like, do you relate to this? And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's sad. Like,
Right. I feel like a lot of them do.
yeah. Yeah.
And it's scary, and it's just
There's so much in our society that is like double standards and like,
right.
I don't know. That's a whole nother topic that I could go into.
We could go down the rabbit hole with that,
But we'll stay on topic this time.
but yeah, I feel like I wish they knew they could be strong and express that
Correct.
stuff at the same time.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Like you can take care of your family, but you also need to take care of yourself.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
But he has so many different like relatable songs, and like I don't know, I would definitely recommend seeing him and looking him up and doing your research on him, because he's a unique gem in today's
Yes, he is.
society,
Yes.
because everything's so surface level when it comes to, I feel like with music, a lot of today's music is very surface level.
Right.
So it's nice to actually have something where it's not.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But he was not the headliner for this tour. He was
not.
he
No.
was one of the openers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like when I saw him in Columbus, he was the headliner.
He was the headliner.
But this one, I think he just went with someone else.
Yes.
And that was Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas and Millyz.
Millyz was the first opener.
Yes. So our focus is on Dax because that's who we went to.
We went to see him. Yeah.
We did not stay for Joyner Lucas.
We did not.
We did listen to Millyz, which that was an experience.
That was not my vibe.
It was a long 30 minutes. Not to say that he's bad. It's just not
our thing.
But there was the room was pretty full.
It was like jam into him.
Yeah.
Like they were very involved in the show.
Yeah. So clearly there's a lot of people that enjoy his music, which is great for him.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
But yeah, it was he came out and then like 10, 15 people came out on stage with him.
Also, right.
And I was like, I was so confused because I was like,
what's happening?
Are these producers? Is there a manager up there? Are these VIP people? Like, I was so confused.
It was a different show than what we usually go to, which is cool because I like going and experiencing new things, but I feel like it was probably not our top favorite show.
No, but it was special for me though because that was my first time I'd ever been to the Agora.
Oh yeah. The Agora, that's probably one of my top ones.
Which, I hadn't been to a concert in a while, and going to a new venue, I was a little nervous. Like now I'm like more, oh yeah, let's try this. Yeah. But I was nervous because I just hadn't been there before.
I feel it. Yeah. Didn't know the atmosphere and where it's at and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So that was our first concert we went to. It started a nice little train of current
I like your
concerts
analogy
and
better,
then
train.
our train of going to all concerts. But yeah, so let's see. Do you remember the balconies?
The balconies
That was
were
during Dax, right?
yes.
Okay. So they had like private like suite parts in like the balcony.
Yeah, like think old theater, how they had like the side
The
balconies.
side ones,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was like I don't know, it held like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
And the one balcony was like they looked like they were going to sleep.
Right. I was like, if you're gonna sleep, I'll gladly take your seat.
Right. And then the other balcony was like I don't even know how to explain it. They
They
were like jumping and like
you could tell that they were like ready for the
ready.
show.
Yeah.
Like they had been like I'm not to say that they were scraping dollars to be able to afford the show, but it was almost like that. Like
Yeah,
they
like
had
it
like
was
saved and they were like,
right.
I'm gonna enjoy this experience. And they were
Yeah.
totally
They were
drinking
just
and jamming.
they were
and
enjoying their life.
yes.
And it was just so funny because like the difference between both of them were,
Right.
like
Right.
so insane.
Yeah. So, and I mean, maybe those people that were sleeping, that's just how they,
Enjoy a
everybody
concert
enjoys concerts
differently.
totally different.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was so funny to watch
Yes.
because it's like, are you at 2 different shows? What is happening right now?
Can you not see the
Like-
balcony across from you?
What is going on?
Jamming out and you're sleeping up there.
So we saw Millyz
Yes.
and then Dax came out
Yeah.
and I think there were quite a few people there just for him also.
Yes, because when we went to leave, we were a little hesitant, like,
Yeah.
should we leave? And we walked out and there was people walking out with us.
Yeah.
We were both
But then
like,
there were also a bunch of people walking in just to see
yeah.
Joyner.
But I feel like that's any concert.
Right.
People wait until the last minute just to see
Yeah.
the headliner.
Yeah. But like it's always so cool like when going to see Dax how many people knew his music. 'Cause I feel like with a lot of like the smaller ones like they're not as well known.
Yeah.
So like people don't know all the lyrics, but like
Yeah.
with Dax like it was a smaller venue, but at the same time so many people knew his like a lot of his songs.
Right.
Especially like what was the one that was it? He has the whole place sing it all the time. Was it Dear Alcohol? No. I don't know, one of them.
I mean, the main songs he played were God's Eye.
I was just really loud and obnoxious during it, so I don't
You
know.
were not obnoxious.
I'm sure you took videos and I feel like I was just
Some of the videos I
screaming
was
the
looking
entire
back
time.
and I was like, I don't even remember taking that video.
Yeah.
Like, and I wasn't drinking or anything. I
No.
was like, what?
We were just existing, but like yeah, it was
Yeah.
a good concert. So I definitely if you're looking for a concert to go see Dax. For
Joker,
sure.
I had never heard that song. He played a little bit of Joker.
Yes.
I had never heard that one.
That's an intense song. It's about bullying online,
Okay.
I think. If I said wrong, I'm sorry, Dax. But like it's about like also like just deep like
Right.
deep stuff. Yeah, Joker and then Dear Alcohol.
Yeah. Did he play Depression?
Yeah, I think he did.
That's one of my favorite songs to listen
So
to.
good. Yeah. Dear God is always a banger.
I think what song did he play that hadn't been released yet?
Yeah, he did give us a sneak peek of one of his songs.
Yeah.
Now,
was it I think it might have been A Real Man.
yes.
Yeah. He released it a few weeks after that show.
Yeah, so when did we go see him? What?
In May
Okay.
of
Yeah.
2024.
Yes. I couldn't remember. They all like blend together.
I have a list. My OCD.
Danielle is so organized and I'm just like I just remember going
We
at some point.
we both have our perks to us.
Right. Sometimes I'm a little OCD when it comes to things, but sometimes I'm like I'll just see how it goes.
You want to get specific? It was Saturday, May 18th.
Oh,
2024.
okay. Well, Saturday, May 18th, 2024,
Yeah.
we went and saw Dax
Yeah.
at the Agora.
We went to 9 shows last year, and that was only within a 6-7 month period.
Right.
I mean, we did have a gap in there. There was a hefty
Mhm.
gap in there that we didn't go to shows, but I feel like that was quite a bit of shows,
Yeah.
and I have a lot more
That's
on the
crazy.
list
Yeah.
this year.
We went to a show like at least once a month.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
It was once a month, which I feel like it's been what, a month and a half since our last show, and I'm like,
We need to
I
go.
I
We
need to
need
go.
something.
Yeah,
I feel that.
yeah.
I feel that. Yeah. So, I would definitely recommend going to see him for sure.
Yes, I agree.
What was your favorite moment from that show?
Probably when he first came out. Like I like that feeling of, I mean, the Agora is always fun in between
Yeah.
artists
Yeah.
because they play music and you kind of get an idea of
Yeah.
the crowd.
Yeah.
Um,
Was that the show that like everyone was jamming out to like the no,
n-
2000s like
no, that was the next show that we went to. That was the band Camino.
oh yeah.
That it was.
That was so great. Like everyone
Yes.
was just jamming, like singing loud to like Avril Lavigne and
Yeah.
like the Backstreet Boys and like I was like this is where I belong.
Yeah. You could just tell everybody was like millennial age
Yeah.
around there.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my favorite part, is like right before they come out and like when the lights get dark and
Yeah.
then they come out and you just, I don't know, it's just the
Yeah.
feeling I get.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, other than the balcony, the balcony people, that was my favorite part of the show.
I literally I'm a kind of a background person. Like I like to watch everything around me. Like I'm very aware of my surroundings.
And I'm so thankful for that, because when I get sucked into the music, like I don't focus on any, like
Yes. Yeah, no, I get it.
somebody could be like pulling on my hair and I probably wouldn't notice because I'm just
Like
so
this is normal. It's
sucked.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm so thankful that you are aware of what's going on.
Yes. So I'm just like always watching people. I love people watching. And like I just the entire show, I just watched those two opposite balconies
Yeah.
because it was just so funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
What was your favorite part though?
Mm,
Was it the balcony?
honestly, like that's very significant to me. Like it sticks out and
Yeah.
it's stays with me. But I just love Dax. So I think his entire set was probably just made my night.
Yeah.
So like everything he did was it was pretty good. And he sings like or he like is saying all like he's not lip syncing anything. Like everything is being said.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like some bands will not, but I feel like everything we went to has been pretty live.
Yes. And I mean, some people have had like super beautiful voices.
Oh my god, yes.
Some people you're like, okay, they sound
They're okay.
exactly the same as their album, or some people
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
But
here.
some people I was very surprised on like how beautiful their actual voice is, because I
Yeah.
feel like auto-tune is just
Mhm.
taken over
Yeah,
for
and
even people that don't need it.
right. And when you like record something, there's so much of that. And even though it's not like noticeable,
Yeah.
like you can still adjust things and
Yeah.
make it so that it sounds like better and
Right.
perfect. So
Right.
it's good to really hear people live
Right.
when they're
And I-
doing that.
I feel like everything needs to be perfect.
Mhm.
And when you're at a show, it's more
Mhm.
like raw and vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that's part of what I love about it.
Yes. Live music is always
Yeah.
I will always my entire life go to concerts and
Yeah.
enjoy live music. If I could pay for having like a band at my house, I would.
That would be awesome.
Just Dax, you can come over and sing your set to me, and then you can leave. It's fine. We only stay up till 9.
Yes.
I stay up till 9 in my house, and my dogs and I go to bed.
Yeah, that's about the same here. I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes I'm like 8 o'clock and I'm just like, can we go to bed? Because I'm
Last night, I literally took my dogs out at 8:30 and then went to bed.
hey, sometimes that's the best,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Friday night is just.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was so great. Oh my gosh. So, what would you say? I know we'll get into like the venue in our another episode, but like, what is your favorite like area or part of the Agora?
Oh boy. My favorite part of the Agora. I mean, I love the sign on the outside, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just,
Always. It's a classic.
it's so unique. And I feel like businesses or places in general don't do the
Mm-mm.
signs that way anymore.
Yeah.
Really just being inside is my favorite part because it's like, it's theater, but it's industrial, but it's,
Yeah.
you just feel, because the building's so old, how much has happened there.
Yeah. A lot has happened there.
Yeah.
I feel like I really like that they kept the older like what's the word? Like they have crown molding and stuff. Like they kept the older feel to it
Yeah.
and they didn't like like when they redid it, they didn't get rid of that stuff if that makes sense.
Yeah, because there is a lot of like more industrial modern stuff in there.
Yeah.
And they could have just made the whole building completely
Yeah, like completely modern. But they didn't, and I like that.
Yes.
And I feel like the vibe there is just different than all the other places that we've gone.
Yeah.
But it also holds more people.
Yes.
So it's a bigger. Do you know how many people it holds?
I do.
You and your notes.
Me and my notes.
I love it.
I like my notes. 2,000.
2,000.
2,000 people with the balcony upstairs,
And
including
the balcony has seating.
Yes, I believe. I don't have this in my notes, but I believe it's 700 seats up there. So then that would leave 1,300
for standing.
For standing, and we've been to a sold out show before, so that's hard to think that was 1,300.
That's a lot of people. Yeah, and the upstairs was open.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, it was a tight. The one we went to that was sold out. It was a tight show, but it wasn't like unbearably tight.
No.
But that's
I think I like it because when I go to big shows, like I feel like it's like I don't want to deal with the traffic after and like getting out and you're waiting in line to get out and like walking out, you're like pushed up against everyone and like I don't know, but I also have anxiety and
I
other mental things. So.
I completely resonate with you on that.
So like I don't know, like I like that size because you can still like get out and like take your time and like you don't feel like you're just like I don't know.
Yeah. It's a larger venue, but it's still an intimate
It still
space.
Feels intimate.
Yes.
Which I like.
Yeah.
I agree.
And there's really not, I mean, we tend to stand on
we have our side.
But we've been towards the front, we've been in the middle, and we've been in the back.
Yeah.
And I feel like no matter where you stand, you have a pretty good.
Yeah. And I think it works out well because they have like it's like
the levels.
Yeah. Like 3 or 4 different levels.
That's what's nice because I feel like if you're in a venue where it's general admission is just one big open floor, it would probably be very easy not to be able to see the stage.
Which we've kind of dealt with.
Yes.
With like the grog shop.
Yes.
When we're stuck behind
tall
7-foot people.
Very tall. What are they feeding these people?
Right. Like the entire show.
Like I wouldn't consider either of us really short. Like
I feel like we're normal size.
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah. Not small.
No.
I'm like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah, I'm 5'6".
Yeah. So
like we're not short.
No. I mean, we're not tall either, but
not tall, but like I feel like we're the normal height.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So it does work out with the levels, I would say. That definitely helps.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, this show, I think it was very special because it was how much Dax means to you.
Yeah.
And it was our first show that we went to together.
And he definitely got me through a lot of like hard times because I went through a lot of hard stuff last year.
Yeah.
So like it definitely helped.
Yeah. And that's really special when you find that
Right.
artist that
Yeah.
they don't know what they've done for you.
Right. But like they do so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also do this thing where like I will just like listen to a song over and over and over again, which apparently is not normal. Did you know that?
Well, then neither of us are normal.
It's like a neurodivergent thing.
Yeah, I do that
Yeah.
a lot. Like sometimes, okay, my drive to work, which is only 30 minutes ish, I will listen to the same song on repeat the entire time.
Right. Yeah. That's the best
Yeah.
part when you are driving by yourself. You can just.
Do you ever pick apart a song though? Like,
Yes.
do you ever like, okay, this time I'm going to listen to the vocals. This time I'm going to listen to
Yes.
whatever like instrument. Like you're going to just listen to the guitar. Do you ever do that?
Yes, I do. I also will like, I don't know. Some songs will like hit me and like I will literally be alone in my car and just be like, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Like I have had the Wicked soundtrack on repeat
Yeah.
literally since the movie came out, and like it still hits me like I don't know. Like Cynthia Erivo is so good, and like during Wicked or what am I saying? During The Wizard and I and Defying Gravity, I'm just like, yes, Queen, do it.
Yeah. I still have not seen it. I know. Listen, I'll see it when you listen to Dax's
Like I know
album.
you guys can't see us right now, but I'm giving her a look right now.
Eventually you'll be able to see
I
us.
will literally, I'm going to make you watch it sometime.
Oh, okay.
I have it.
Well, I'm
because
going to
I
make
bought
you
it.
listen to the Dax album then. I'll
Okay.
sit there for the entire time.
That's fine. Just stare at me while we're playing. Like, are you listening?
Are you feeling the music?
Do you feel it? I don't know why I haven't listened to it because I love him so much.
So a lot of the songs on that album are already out. So you've probably really listened to like half the album already.
Because like his albums are kind of like the shorter ones. They're not as many songs, I guess.
Yeah. So he's got 10 songs on this.
That's a normal.
It's only 34 minutes.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Because the last one is very short.
Okay.
But it's From a Man's Perspective, which he released
recently.
Yeah. The next one is Took My Heart Out. The third one is Place of Peace, which is a really good song. And then it's A Real Man, which has already been out.
Right. I know that one.
Soldier with Tom McDonald, that one was already released. That one's really good. To Be a Man with Darius Rucker, that one was already out.
Yep.
Lonely Dirt Road was only out. My favorite one, which is You're the Problem, which is more of like a hip hoppy kind of song. Like I turn it way up.
Yeah, so it's like it's a good vibe.
Yeah, it's a good vibe. Like I like the bass.
So
song.
is it more of like an upbeat like?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like more of like the deep. You know what I'm saying?
No, this one's
okay.
Like
it's more
that.
like
Yeah.
okay.
And then Diary of a Trying Man, and then I Hate That I Love You. That is short, but it's really intense. Like he gets full blown emotion, very intense. Yeah. But it's very unique. But it's you feel the passion of his music through every single one of those songs on that album. But I feel like that's all of his songs.
Right.
He just throws himself.
So which song would you recommend me listen to first? Which is so weird. I love that you've listened to this album, and I hate that I have not. I'm sorry, Dax.
There's going to be a quiz.
I know.
Okay.
Stay tuned. You have to come back for this quiz.
If you want more of like a down pace, I would listen to Place of Peace. If you want to like jam out, then I would listen to You're the Problem.
Okay.
If you're angry about something, then I would listen to that last song.
See, that's just an example of how it's just so
it's very diverse.
And like very what's the word am I thinking of? Very relative.
Yes.
So life circumstances.
Yes. I feel like any person on the planet could resonate with at least one of those songs.
Yeah, one of his songs.
If not really the entire album.
Yeah. So while we're talking about his songs, Dear God,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I love that he says that he's like a Christian, but like he asks all these questions. And I feel like
Right.
we all have kind of wondered about these things, especially like if you grew up Christian or if you're Christian now or, whatever your life,
Yeah.
wherever you're at in life. Like we've all had those moments where it's like you're just struggling and you're like, why, God? Like what? Like if you're real, like why is all this still happening?
Right.
So I think that's the song that really, really got me into
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah, and I was actually starting to like feel those things before I had heard that song, and then I
Yeah.
heard that song and I was like, I'm so glad it's not just me.
right, because like that's like something a lot of people don't talk about.
Right. Like,
Because like if you bring it up, then you're like, people are like, well, why are you like,
are you
you
even
shouldn't be
questioning
questioning
it?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But I feel like the culture of the world has kind of gotten more towards that of questioning things,
Which is good. Yes.
which is a good, and I don't think anybody means it like he's not meaning it in a disrespectful
Correct.
way.
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of the older generations would take
Yes.
it that way.
Yes.
And I've done a lot of training on generations.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I've also looked into it, and my training is just reels.
Just reels. I actually, so fun fact for my last job that I worked with, they would have Lakeland Community College and come in and teach specifically like the supervisors, and we had a generational leadership training, which was
Interesting.
very interesting. I probably still have the book for it, but it was just on the different generations and like
Yeah.
how they
Learn differently.
how they learn differently, how they take criticism differently.
Mm-hmm.
So that way we could have a better
Really? Yeah.
understanding of each one of our people on our team, which was really helpful. But I feel like a lot of the older generations were raised to just respect people and not
Right.
question things
Yeah.
because it's disrespectful. But it's like you can still question things and
Not be disrespectful.
disrespectful. And that's what's nice about that song is he's not
He's just like,
respecting-
why is all this stuff happening?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like there has to be a reason for it. Like if you're, if you are real, then why are these terrible things happening in our world?
Right.
Like, and I feel like that's not being disrespectful, that's being curious of
Right.
why.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I really, that's one song that really sticks with me.
Yeah.
Besides from the To Be a Man song.
Yeah. I would say that song and the Depression
Oh,
song.
Depression. Yeah, for
Just
sure.
because I've had people in my life that have been in that situation, and it's
Yeah.
like, especially in today's age, I feel
Yeah.
like it's more out there than it was.
Yes.
So it's nice to have these songs that are talking about real life situations that people are going through that
Yeah.
there might have been like a stigmatism against
And I feel like
talking
for
about it.
yeah, and for a long time with like our older generations, like it was like you just don't talk about it and you just
Yeah.
it's just life. Like
Right.
you just deal with it.
Right.
But like sometimes you need
Right.
help
And
or something to get,
And that might have worked for them because that's how
Right.
they were really raised,
Raised,
and
yeah.
that's what they know.
Yeah, for sure.
But everybody's different.
Yeah.
So
We could make a whole episode about generations.
we could, not that that's concert related
It's not.
whatsoever.
No.
But bands though, okay, you can tell what generation a band is.
Yes.
Though. And that's one
Yes.
thing I love. Like, even
Yeah.
if you weren't hearing the music
Yeah.
play, just seeing
Yeah.
how they
Who would-
stand, how they play their instrument, you can tell
Yes, for sure.
what generation they are.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then like also just like seeing the audience of different, like you can tell the younger ones and then you can tell like the millennials.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it's so interesting to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And the
so-
younger people, I mean, we've been to a couple shows with, they were artists that have been around for decades.
Yeah.
And there was younger people there that
Yeah.
knew their music, and I'm like, how do you know this
Right.
music?
You weren't even around yet.
Yes.
But like that's cool because I work with a lot of like high schoolers at two out of the three of my jobs.
Mhm.
And it's funny because sometimes they're just like, I don't know that song. And then there's sometimes where it's like, oh, my parents listen to that. I really like that. And I'm like, and then I realize that I'm old enough to have a high schooler. Like, that's pretty crazy. I'll just stick
Yes.
with no kids. But I have kids. They're just at my jobs. And then I go home.
Yes.
No kids. But yeah, no, it's really interesting. Like I think it's cool because like you can learn from all the different generations, even like the newer ones.
Mhm.
Like I don't want to be like the boomers and like I say that with love, boomers. Like if we have
love
any,
you.
we love you. But like I feel like a lot of times I'll be like, oh, millennials ruined everything. But like I don't want to be that person when it comes to Gen Z, you know?
Right.
Or
And
Gen Alpha. My niece is an Alpha.
that there's Gen Beta now too, right?
What?
That's the ones that are being born now.
Oh, maybe
I
she's a
think it
beta then.
I think it might have started this year maybe.
Oh,
Or
really?
did it start last year? I don't know when it started.
She's gonna be on the edge. She's gonna be a
That's okay. You can
she'll be on
identify
the
with whichever
right,
one you want.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Whatever. If you want to be a boomer and you're a Gen Z, whatever. That's cool. It's cool.
I don't
We do
like
what we want.
I don't want to be what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say this because I am a millennial, but I feel like millennials are really special. Not that the other ones aren't special,
Right.
because I
True.
feel like everyone has their positive and negatives, but
Yeah, and like I feel like millennials live through a time period where like technology was just, starting to become
right,
more relevant to everything
right. Like we know what it's like to live before.
without technology, and then we
Yeah.
also know what it's like to live after,
Yes.
and then Gen Z is more very technology.
Yeah. But it's like,
Yeah,
can they do their own laundry?
maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like I have a lot of I work with a lot of kids that are very independent and like but like sometimes they'll make me feel really old.
Yeah.
Like like really old.
I think it's just
Yeah.
the decade we're in for our age. It's hitting hard.
Yeah.
We're in that part where
Yeah.
I feel like when you're in your 20s, you can still relate to
Yes.
the younger kids
I
and you can
definitely
still
feel that.
relate to the older,
Yeah.
but now it's just like what's going on?
Yes. I brought some clothes in to donate to like I just brought them into work just to see if anyone wanted one and anything and they took like half the bag and I was like, "Okay, cool." And then one of my kids was like, "These are vintage clothing." And I'm like, "Excuse me? What are you talking about here?"
Just bought those 2 years ago. What are you talking
I will say I did get rid of some like high school stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Goodness, I
Just
don't know if I still even have high school
right.
stuff.
I just like I would keep like one or two items that I just couldn't get rid of. And then I was like, I need to get rid of this. I'm not gonna wear this sequins short dress anymore.
Well, you never know when you're gonna need a Halloween costume though, because
True.
90s clothes are
It's
Halloween
all coming
costumes
back.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all coming back. But anyway, our ADHD got us a little off topic.
Yes. Yes, it did.
All good things. It's okay.
But so
Dax.
yeah,
Yeah.
would you see him again?
Yes.
Yes. Is that even a question?
Is that even a question? Yes. I hope he comes to Cleveland
I know. I'm like
again.
I haven't been like stalking him on Instagram, but like
More
every
than me
time
because I
I
apparently
know.
suck at life right now with Dax. So I'm so sorry, Dax, if you hear this. I don't know.
She really does love you more than I do.
Yeah, you're up on the people list for me. I don't have a lot of I have like 5 close friends and you're number 5. You don't even know who I am.
But yeah, I'm waiting for that. I mean, I feel like he should be headlining big time,
Yeah, because I really enjoyed his show that he did.
right? And it would be super interesting to see who his openers are.
Oh, side note, when I went and saw him in Columbus, I'm really sorry for the openers. I don't remember who it was. But one of the guys was on his To Be a Man that large
Oh,
the recording that's like
there's a lot of people
super
on that
long.
song.
Yes, I
Yes.
believe.
Like, he just did another version of Dear Alcohol, and that one's super
Yes,
long.
same thing.
It's like 11 minutes.
But I love that he's getting like smaller artists like involved to get their name out there,
Right.
which is kind of what we want to do.
Yes, it
Is
is.
get their names out more. But yeah, so one of his opening acts, I forgot who it was, had a drummer, and he was like 10 years old.
Really?
And he just like destroyed the drums.
Really?
It was so awesome. I'm like, hell yeah. Like this kid is like on stage with like a legit person and like just destroying these drums. I'm like, that's so freaking awesome.
Can you imagine being 10 years old, being on stage like that?
Cool,
I would
right?
completely.
So cool.
Ooh.
He didn't have any fears. Like he was like getting like the like
that's
audience
awesome.
involved, and I'm like, this kid is living the dream.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I thought that was so cool. Which, speaking of, there was something with a kid at the Dax show.
There was.
He was in the audience.
Yes, he was down
He
at
was
the
down
very
in the
front
main, yeah.
of the general. So there's like a lower level.
Yes.
There's like 3 levels, and then there's a low level right before the stage.
Like right, yeah.
Yeah. Like that's where they like do their moshing and stuff. Like obviously there was not moshing at the day.
Right.
But yeah, there was a little boy. He was probably what, 4, 5?
Young. Yeah, he was young.
Yeah.
And like his dad brought him or something.
It was his uncle and his grandma brought him to the Dax show, and they took turns.
Dax posted.
Yes.
Yeah.
His name was Legend.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Dax did post about it after the show, but yeah, his grandma and his uncle were taking turns having him sit on their shoulders so he could see.
That's so sweet.
Right.
I think that's so cool. If I ever had kids, I would bring them to concerts.
That's way cool that he's that young and
yeah.
He got to experience.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he got to meet him, and like that's something he'll remember for a really long time.
Yeah.
If not his whole life.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
To be able to look back on that.
Yeah. My ADHD is going off right now. Speaking of 1 year younger, I had a band teacher. I had a sticker on the back of my notebook. I think it was like you needed like what were they called? Like the small spiral things that they would give you, and you would have to.
Oh, there was like I forget what they were called, but it was like a calendar, and then you had like an area for your hall passes in the back.
Yes.
Okay.
So he was signing a hall pass because it was for band, and so I handed him my notebook. He signed it and he closed it, and he saw my Rascal Flatts Rocks sticker that was on the back of it. And this was in like, let me just clarify, like 7th grade, and I will remember this forever. But he saw that Rascal Flatts sticker and he was like, "No, they don't."
Oh my goodness!
I literally was heartbroken. I was like,
"Oh,
what do I do?" Like,
that's just your opinion, pal.
Yeah.
That's just your opinion.
At the end, it stuck with me. I'm now 33 years old, and I still think about that moment.
I love them. Oh my goodness. I probably would have been like, do you want to sit down and have a real conversation about this? Because
I was like 12.
You need to explain to me how you think that they don't. But
right. And then he was like a band teacher, so I was like, does he know more than me?
Yeah. Right?
Like, what is happening?
Are they awful at playing instruments?
Yeah, what's going on?
Why?
Yeah. So.
That's funny that you say that, because mine was covered in band pictures too.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like Simple Plan and
yes.
Fall Out Boy and Story of the Year and all the things. And then like, you know how you take like your gum wrapper and peel the silver part off and it was sticky and you could that was on there too.
Good times. Good times in the early 2000s. Such a great time. I don't know about you, but were you like we are veering off, so I'm sorry, but you know, that's just how it's going to be.
This is going to happen.
It's going to happen. Yeah. We're a little bit all over the place, but then we'll get back to Dax. But I don't know about you. When I was in high school, I was very emo.
I was very emo coming out of junior high, which, okay, junior high around here was 6th, 7th, and No, it wasn't.
No,
it was
7th,
7th, 8th,
8th,
and 9th
yeah.
grade. So it was very weird being a freshman and not being at the high school.
Yeah.
It's changed now. Now
Yes.
it's middle school, not junior high.
Yes.
So coming out of 9th grade at the junior high, I was very emo.
Yeah.
Punk. Yes.
Yeah.
Like shopped at Hot Topic and always had my Chucks on, and
Yeah.
my hair was like a dark purple, black, reddish color.
I love that for you.
And then I don't know what happened. High school was just it's like a blur.
Yeah.
Like I felt like it took forever to get through, but it was just a blur. So I feel like I was, but then
yeah,
we could do like multiple episodes on my senior year of high school.
You know, yeah, right. Yeah, it's a time period. We should just like use our old photos like as part of our podcasting.
That would be awesome. I will gladly look those up.
Like because we're all very millennial and we're
Yes.
very like that's I feel like that's just us.
Right.
So we should just use that.
Yes. That's who we are.
That's just who that is
Yes.
just who we are. So you will get lovely photos of us from when we were in high school.
And you'll realize it was never a phase.
It was not a
which
phase.
we all know the real ones know. It was
Yeah,
never
the
a phase.
real ones know that we will always be a little emo
Yes.
forever. But anyway, back to Dax. Anyway, so we would see him again, both
Absolutely.
of us.
Yes.
So each time we talk about someone, we're gonna do our ratings and do a scale of 1 to 5 microphones because we thought that was relative to
yeah, not stars.
not
That's
stars.
just boring.
No, 2 traditional and 2 yeah. So we're gonna do microphones. Danielle, how many microphones would you give Dax?
I'd give him a 5.
Solid
Yes,
choice.
yes, absolutely a 5. I feel like he owns the stage when he's up there.
Yeah.
And it's just the crowd loves him. His
Yes.
music is everything we've talked about.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, solid 5.
Yeah.
How about you?
I agree. 5, 100%. If I could give him more than 5, I would give more than 5. I love him. Dax, I love you. But yeah, definitely a 5. 100%.
Yeah.
Totally.
So yeah, I'll be keeping an eye out for when he goes on tour.
Yes.
Because even if we got to travel a bit for that,
That's okay.
it'd
We
be
should
worth
go.
it.
It's always good for a little road trip.
Yes.
We should do that actually this year.
Yeah.
Like a I don't know, like an overnight little thing.
That would be fun.
And then we could like check out wherever
Yeah.
we're at, you know?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. We should do it. Let's
Yes.
plan it.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, that is what we have for today. And I hope you enjoyed it. And you should definitely check out Dax.
Absolutely.
Highly recommend. And we look forward to seeing you next time.
See you next time.
All right. Bye. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Come back for more awkward millennial concert adventures. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Post Concert High. Be on the lookout for future episodes on YouTube.